So I've been increasingly more inclined to say that I don't really believe in a lot of the stuff that strategy teaches you about. So I'm a professor of strategy. I've studied it for a long time. And I'm increasingly aware that I don't like a lot of this stuff because it doesn't resonate with me. It sort of doesn't fit with what I know is true in this world. It doesn't have face validity. And that strategizing is sort of thinking about the future and thinking about where you're going to go and what you're going to do and make sure that you have everything, all your ducks in a row. And frankly, you talk to anybody, even the professors that talk about strategy, they're the first ones to tell you that none of that stuff is true in their own life. And the key thing that's true is you get up and you do your thing and you work and you do a good job and you do your best and you ignore all of the sort of crap around you that doesn't allow you to do that, and you do that again and you do that again and you repeatedly do that every single day until something starts to click. And there's no real magic to it. And yes, you can choose to go into dimensions that sort of don't make sense and they don't fit, and people would say that that was a bad strategy, but there's a crap ton of people that have done that and done a spectacular job and have done very well. I can think of almost every single field, and you might think like, oh, that's below me, or that is terrible, or like, why would you ever do that? That seems stupid, and yet people do it, and they do a spectacularly good job. The number of people that go into the arts or go into movie production or go into try to become a movie star, or that go into cleaning up garbage, or go into cleaning up crime scenes, go into fixing tires, go into any area, you name it, any stinking area in this world that you would think that it's below you or it's a stupid idea and it doesn't make sense, and people do spectacularly well in those particular areas. You want to know what actually allows them to do that is they just get up and they do it every day, and they forget about the rest of the world, and they treat it as if they're perfecting it. They're treating it as if that they're wanting to do better every day. They treat it as if they could see something in a decade, 2 decades, and they just work like hell to make it happen. And that's it. Like, you might see that there's some sort of strategizing and all of that kind of stuff, and perhaps that's the case where somebody sat down and thought about their 35-year history, 35-year future, but nobody I know thinks about that. And most people that I know of thinks about what they're going to do in the next day and the next day and the next day. And the only thing that you could do is get up and you keep working at it and you make it happen. You keep working at it, you work at it, and you hope like hell, like tomorrow is going to be the next day that's going to work out. And it doesn't work out, well, then you do the next day. And that doesn't work out, well, then you do the next day. And you repeatedly do that over and over and over again until it clicks. And that's the story of how people actually do things. They go into areas that other people say that's stupid, you would never do that, you're never going to succeed. Any area, or you go into an area that looks like you're going to be phenomenal. You go into finance, you go into, I don't know, Wall Street, you go into create your own business, you try to create some sort of new software company, and everybody says, well, that's a great idea, and you fail at it. Well, you make it happen, right? There's this thing called endogenous choices, and you choose what you go into, and you choose based on what you already know and how you understand the world, and you choose to go into those particular areas because you like it and you know that you're probably going to succeed. And I strongly believe in that. You go into it knowing what you're going to be good at, what fits with you, and then you go into it and you realize that I like this. I'm going to keep going at it, and I'm going to not stop. And people are going to push me around, and all the rest of it, of all of the horse crap that happens in this world. And the only thing that you could do is get up and you keep doing it. And nobody talks about that. That's not a strategy enough thing. There's no implications from that other than just work like hell and do your job. But That's it. You talk to the real people that are doing real things and they've actually carved out a life for them. It doesn't matter whether that they are a prestigious professor or whatever. They've tried. They've gone up and they've worked at it. It doesn't matter whether they're a CEO or not the CEO of a major company and they're just working there. Well, they tried. They did their best. And I think either any of those outcomes are just perfectly good and perfectly fine. Um, and all of those can do well. You can have a nice life owning a corner store and you can enjoy your life and love it. Or you could be the person that chooses to turn that corner store into a multinational chain. You can have a nice life and love that too. The choice is yours. You have to sort of pick and choose what you're going to do. And there's no right way or wrong way, but it's the way that you make it happen for you. I strongly believe this. I know that not everybody believes in what I'm saying, but guess what? That's how life happens to me and everybody else that I know. They just get up and they do it every day, and they try. That's it. All right, take care, and have a wonderful day.